What are my thoughts on The Shape of Water? So The Shape of Water is the newest film by Guillermo del Toro, and it's really Beauty and the Beast at the end of it, guys. I can't help but think about that movie when I see The Shape of Water or talk about it with a friend of mine. It's Guillermo del Toro's version of Beauty and the Beast, except it takes place in the Cold Era time. So, and of course they have it to where it's on an adult level. They do things in its movie that's not for kids. Watching The Shape of Water, I thought to myself, well, when you watch any Guillermo del Toro film, what are you going to get? You're going to get a fairy tale. You can check that off your list. But the time era you get the fairy tale is what really makes Guillermo del Toro special. So you have that fairy tale of what I just said. You have it in the Cold Era time, so you can check that off. And then you have characters that are just so distinct, but so fresh. Because you don't see these type of characters nowadays. It's almost like when Quentin Tarantino creates his own characters. You know, they're just so different and you're just so eager to see what he brings to the table. With Guillermo del Toro's film, the more I got into it, the more I'm like, okay, this is definitely unique in its own way. But the story, it's just, as entertaining as this movie was, I couldn't help but notice the flaws that Guillermo del Toro puts in his movies. And by flaws, I'm not going to get into the flaws of this movie, but I will say I saw something like this in Pan's Labyrinth, and that's when he has characters that just make crazy, dumbass decisions that go back. Ooh, I'm sorry, I just burped. That goes back off what the characters would do or what he has established. Example, in Pan's Labyrinth, the girl was, sweet, and he had the creature. It's been a long time since I've seen Pan's Labyrinth, but I will never forget this part. The creature told the little girl to go into this room. There's going to be food in here, but don't eat the food. I don't know how crystal clear that creature could have made it, but he said, don't eat the food, don't touch the food, don't even look at the goddamn food. Don't eat the food. She goes in there. Take a wild guess of what she did, guys. Of course. But not only did she eat the fruit, the fairies said, don't eat the fruit. Like, they were like pulling her hand back, like, no. And she just, no, I'm going to eat this fucking fruit because I can. And of course, she eats it and shit goes, wild. So, to Shape of Water, there was a part in the third act of this movie to where this character basically gives a reveal to the bad guy as to what is happening or what the bad guy needs to do or where he needs to go, yada, yada, yada. But it just made me think, like, why would you do that? Your whole entire goal was to protect this one thing, and you just revealed how to stop it or where to go. It's just, why would you say that? I don't care if you are about to leave or whatever the case may be. It's just certain things that Guillermo del Toro does is in his movies that's just like, it takes me off. It does. But that was just one flaw. There's a couple more flaws in this, but take away the flaws of this movie. What do you have? You have an intriguing, 2 hour, maybe 2.5, I forgot. I didn't look at my watch because I didn't care what time it was. I was, engulfed into the story. The characters were very entertaining and even had some very nice comedic moments. Like when the, jokes landed, it really did land. And at the end of the film, it was like, you kind of saw this coming, but it is a happy ever after at the end of the movie. Because, it's based on Beauty and the Beast. If they had a happy ever after, you don't think Guillermo del Toro's movies are going to have a happy ever after? Because they are. Yeah. So, Shape of Water, at the end of it, I do recommend it, especially if you are a fan of his work. It really does make me think what he would have done with the Hobbit films if he stuck around to direct that. Not saying Peter Jackson did a bad job or anything, but it's just, he really does make his sets and setting look so realistic to where it's like if you did have this fairy tale, you can really imagine it or see it through his eyes to where you don't have green screen, you don't have these trolls. It would look just as good as the original Lord of the Rings. But since, Guillermo del Toro likes to go darker, make his stuff rated R, it's just like, since they were already going that direction with The Hobbit, what would he have done with that? It's just, again, maybe too much time I'm talking about The Hobbit, but it just makes me think, what would he have done differently? those are my thoughts on The Shape of Water, guys. I want to know what you have thought about it. Or did you see it? Because it's really not released on a lot of theater screens. So that's the unfortunate part. So for those who have seen it, what did you think about it? Did you like his direction? Did you like his new story? Did you like his characters? All that good stuff, but whatever it is, let me know in the comment section below. And guys, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you want, you can click right here to see more of my thoughts on the matter.